Hello, everyone. Did you know that about 90% of the cells in your body today didn't even exist last year? Your heart is constantly rebuilding, but what you eat decides how well it rebuilds. Let's make it rebuild strong. Today, let's talk about something truly life-changing, the top 10 foods that can help heal your heart. Now, before we jump into the list, let's take a minute to understand what healing really means. Because it's not just about eating one magic food or taking a pill. Healing is about restoring your body's natural ability to repair, rebuild, and renew itself. What does healing the heart actually mean? When your body heals, it's constantly replacing old, worn-out cells with new, healthy ones. In fact, around 90% of the cells in your body today are new compared to just a year ago. But for that regeneration to happen, your body needs two big things: the right building blocks, quality proteins, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals, and clean energy, fuel that burns without creating more inflammation or damage. And here's a third essential. You must stop breaking your body in the first place. That means reducing inflammation, oxidative stress, and toxic exposure from processed food, pesticides, preservatives, and everyday chemicals in our environment. So when we talk about heart-healing foods, we're not just talking about nutrition. We're talking about creating the conditions for your body to rebuild itself. 1. Omega-3 fatty acid foods. Let's start with one of the most powerful categories: foods high in omega-3 fatty acids. Think of wild-caught salmon, sardines, and small mackerel. These fatty fish are rich in EPA and DHA, two types of omega-3s that literally become part of your cell membranes, the flexible walls that protect and power your cells. EPA and DHA help reduce inflammation and support healthy arteries. The key is to choose small, wild fish because larger ones tend to accumulate heavy metals and toxins over time. But remember, not everyone tolerates fish equally well. Some people are sensitive to histamine, a natural compound found in certain fish and aged foods. Too much histamine can trigger allergy-like reactions or headaches. So if you're histamine sensitive, opt for fresh fish and avoid leftovers or canned varieties. Next up are plant-based omega-3 foods like flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts. They're great sources of ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, an essential fatty acid that your body can partially convert into EPA and DHA. Now here's the catch. That conversion process is very inefficient. Only about 1% of ALA becomes DHA. So while these plant foods are helpful, they're not a full substitute for fish. Still, they balance inflammation by lowering your omega-6 to omega-3 ratio, which is something most Americans desperately need. A quick word of caution: flax and chia contain phytates, which can block mineral absorption and cause bloating in some people. So start with small amounts and see how your body reacts. 2. Grass-fed meat. When animals eat their natural diet, grass, not grains, their meat has a much healthier omega-3 to omega-6 ratio, close to 1:1. It's also loaded with iron, zinc, B vitamins, and high-quality protein to rebuild tissues and support your heart muscle. Unlike plants, meat has no anti-nutrients that block absorption. However, aged meats can contain histamines, so again, freshness matters. 3. Cod liver oil. Cod liver oil is one of the oldest healing foods in the world, and for good reason. It's incredibly rich in omega-3s plus vitamins A and D, which are critical for heart, immune, and hormone health. Because it's so potent, you only need a small amount. Too much can cause vitamin toxicity, so monitor your intake and make sure your vitamin levels stay balanced. Cod liver oil is also slightly high in histamines, so if you're sensitive, start slow and pay attention to your body's feedback. 4. Sulfur-rich foods. Let's move to the plant world: garlic, onions, broccoli, and cabbage. These are high in sulfur-containing compounds that help your liver detoxify and support vascular health. They're also precursors to glutathione, your body's master antioxidant, the compound your liver uses to neutralize toxins and reduce oxidative stress. However, if you often feel bloated after eating garlic or broccoli, it might be due to sulfur-digesting bacteria in your small intestine, a condition called SIBO. So while these foods are powerful, listen to your body's reaction, and if you feel discomfort, try smaller portions or cooked versions. 5. High nitrate vegetables. Some vegetables naturally help dilate your blood vessels and improve circulation, thanks to compounds called nitrates. Examples include beets, spinach, and pomegranates. Your body converts these nitrates into nitric oxide, a signaling molecule that relaxes your arteries and improves blood flow, especially important for anyone with high blood pressure or angina, chest pain. But there's a flip side. Beets and spinach are also high in oxalates, which can cause issues for people prone to kidney stones or sensitive digestion. And pomegranates, while heart-healthy, also contain small amounts of histamines. So again, it's all about balance and awareness.
6. Healthy fats, avocados, olive oil, and almonds. When you eat natural fats from whole foods, your body gets clean, stable energy without inflammation. Avocados are over 70% monounsaturated fat, the same heart-healthy type found in olive oil. Olives and extra virgin olive oil contain polyphenols that feed good gut bacteria and protect your arteries. Almonds are full of good fats, but also high in oxalates and phytates, so don't overdo them, especially if you rely heavily on almond flour. 7. Pastured eggs and organ meats. Eggs, especially pastured eggs, are nutritional gold. They're packed with choline, a B vitamin crucial for your heart, liver, and brain. The key is quality. Factory-farmed eggs can have a 20-to-1 omega-6 to omega-3 ratio, while pastured eggs are around 1-to-1. And don't forget organ meats, liver, heart, and kidney. These were once the most prized parts of the animal for good reason. They're nutritiously dense, rich in B12, KD10, and minerals like zinc. They help your cells produce energy, essential for heart health. Just eat them fresh and in moderation because they can be high in histamines and vitamin A. Number 8. Antioxidant powerhouses, berries, cacao, and green tea. Now let's talk about antioxidants, your body's defense system against oxidative stress, the wear and tear that ages your cells. Oxidative stress happens every time your body uses oxygen for energy, but antioxidants neutralize those free radicals. Blueberries are loaded with anthocyanins, compounds that improve blood vessel function and protect against damage. Dark chocolate or pure cacao provide flavonoids and magnesium, supporting vascular health and mood. Choose unsweetened or low-sugar versions and enjoy in moderation. Green tea offers catechins, another powerful antioxidant group that supports heart health and metabolism. But remember, it contains caffeine and tannins, which can bother sensitive stomachs. Number 9. Vitamin C and flavonoid-rich foods. Next, we have the citrus family, lemons and oranges. They're high in vitamin C and flavonoids, essential for collagen formation, artery strength, and overall heart health. Lemons are my favorite because they're low in sugar yet high in vitamin C. I use lemon juice daily in water, salads, and cooking. Oranges are fine occasionally if you're insulin sensitive, but if you have insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes, stick with lemons and avoid orange juice. Number 10. Fermented and fiber-rich foods. I can't leave out fermented foods: sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir, yogurt, miso, tempeh, and fermented veggies like pickles and beets. These foods are packed with probiotics, which help restore your gut microbiome, the ecosystem that controls everything from inflammation to mood. Pair probiotics with prebiotics, the fiber that feeds good bacteria. Good sources include onions, garlic, leeks, apples, asparagus, and chicory root. However, if you have gas, bloating, or digestive discomfort after eating them, you may be reacting to FODMAPs, fermentable carbohydrates, that can trigger symptoms in people with bacterial imbalances. That's why it's important to introduce them gradually. Why the same food can heal one person and hurt another? You might be wondering, why is everything both good and bad? What's left to eat? The answer is simple. It's not the food, it's your balance. Our ancestors thrived on these foods because their microbiome, their gut bacteria, was in perfect harmony. They lived closer to nature, ate real food, and were constantly exposed to beneficial microbes. Today, our microbiome is changed dramatically due to overuse of antibiotics, processed foods, pollution and toxins, chronic stress, and yes, excessive cleanliness and sterilized environments. This imbalance, called dysbiosis, makes us react to foods that should nourish us. How to rebuild balance and tolerance. Here's how to start. Cut out processed foods, sugar, and seed oils. They are the #1 cause of inflammation and metabolic damage. Introduce real foods gradually. Pay attention to how you feel after eating them. Go slow and track your reactions. If something causes bloating or fatigue, pause it and try again later. Work on gut health. Fermented foods, probiotics, and digestive rest can help. Healing journey takes time. I know it can feel overwhelming, but remember, your body is designed to heal. Some people notice dramatic improvements in just a few months. For others, especially those with chronic inflammation, it can take a year or two to rebalance. That's okay. Healing isn't a race, it's a process. You've lived years in a modern world that damaged your balance. Give yourself time to rebuild it. Stay patient, consistent, and kind to yourself. Closing. Take back your health. Ultimately, you have a choice. You can continue down the path of processed foods and medications, or you can take back control by feeding your body what it truly needs to heal. Healing your heart isn't about restriction, it's about real nourishment, balance, and awareness. Your body knows how to heal. Your job is simply to give it the chance. If this message resonates with you and you want to understand your body from the inside out, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.